Hello, welcome back to our channel. It's been a while. So my husband is getting ready to put skim coat here in our shed and pump house. We already neutralized it the other day. So it's been prepped and now he's just gonna do the mix the skim coat and then start putting it. So after that, sand it and then can paint it. He's just gonna use. We still have some leftover skim coat, so that's what he's going to use.
Yeah, I've been laid up for a couple days. I've been sick, so I had stomach flu and all that. So I just need to get out here and do something. So that's what my plan is. Anyway, at least start this.
Yeah. So I'm going to nap while he's doing it. No.
Yeah.
And then we'll check the progress when I get up. So we'll go back to you later.
All right, welcome back. She wanted to show you guys the progress that we've made on this shed here. It's just a skim coat. It's not real thick, but it's just the initial coat, and then we'll prime over it. I'll take some sandpaper and smooth it out, just a real quick smooth out, and then after the primer, then we'll get the paint on it. It's going to be the same color as the house. So just trying to do a little bit here and there because, like I said earlier, I've had the stomach flu for a couple days now. So, but I got tired of staying in the house and staying in the room, so decided to come out and do some of this. And so we'll see. Maybe I'll come out later and do a little bit more. If not, I'll do it tomorrow. So we'll keep going here. And the bottom part is for Madeline to do.
Oh, really?
Since she's short. So so that's the progress we've made so far. So we'll be back later.
So we we finished the skim coating here in the shed, and I think Mark already put a first coat of primer in this wall. Yeah, this one's done, and he's already on this side of the wall. There's still a lot, like this area right there, that needs to be somehow flat or something. But
Feeling women.
so he's listening to some music. See, so that's what he's been doing. I think I'm the one who will do the bottom part of the wall. So yeah, we'll go back to you once we start putting color to it. So my husband is already started painting in there, but he's playing some music, so let's just cut the sound of it while we're getting closer. Welcome back. We are finished with first coat of painting. Hi Odin. Here in our shed, except for the top or for the bottom part of the where the pump house door is, because my husband put some skin coating on it. So there's Odin chasing butterscotch. Mark is here on the back side of the house or of the shed to start the second coat. I don't know what he's barking. Chance, you're fine.
All right, welcome back to our channel. It's just after 6 o'clock this morning, and I'm coming out trying to get a second coat on the shed here, and it's not
Perfect.
well, the shed itself isn't perfect, but it's a shed.
Yeah.
And you know, we put skim coat on here, but we did not make it absolutely smooth because it's not a house. It's not
a shed.
It's not meant for someone to live in. It's for storing our tools and whatever we need inside. So but we wanted it to match the house, so I'm out here trying to get this taken care of this morning.
And be a painter.
And
Oh, then
our
there's the supervisor.
our workers, yeah, Odin the supervisor. Our workers should be here today. At least that's what we were told.
We'll find out, I guess.
We were told anyway. I don't know. But and they're gonna start whenever they show up, whether it's today or whenever. Start the last of the drainage.
Yeah.
And get that taken care of. So that will be the finishing of the backyard drain going out towards the main ditch and the main ditch. So that will be really nice to have that done. And we'll talk about some stuff that happened yesterday. So as everybody knows, if you've watched the channel at all, we have a right-of-way that comes into the property. This right-of-way has been there for years, and it was the donated land from everybody along this right-of-way, which is only, well, 1, 2, 4 people, including us. And we've actually extended it out more than what is necessary. It's supposed to be from both sides of the right-of-way. It's supposed to be 1.5 meters. So it's a 3-meter wide right-of-way total. So we've actually pushed ours in further than that. We're at like 3.5, just because we don't want any issues. We don't want any problems. So the actual right-of-way is not really the issue. It's other properties and the old surveys that have been done around here that everybody seems to think is the absolute best thing ever, is the old surveys. And the old surveys are not right. We actually had ours surveyed, and they used the GPS receiver and used coordinates And it's not the old-fashioned where they use the physical measurements and all of that. It's actually by GPS points on the map.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And so I'll come over here. And because of that, they're using old survey equipment and the old survey points, the old Mahones. Then everybody thinks that theirs is right, and they don't want to have to pay for a real survey to be done anymore. Nobody wants to pay that money, which I understand. It's not really expensive, but it's not cheap either. So we got called down to the right away yesterday because our one neighbor over here, who we don't have any issues with, they're talking about moving their fence into the right of way. And we talked to them, and I told them, I said, well, they need to get the survey with the actual GPS coordinates and all that now, because that's how it's accurate now. And when we had ours done, he was actually on a stick. He was actually standing there, and he's like, okay, we're going to move it 6 inches this way. Okay, that's where it's at. That's how close it was for accuracy. The individuals that are doing it, and everybody's got some sort of surveyor that's not really a surveyor, but they've got a guy. They've got a fixer over here.
They have a guy that knows a guy,
and
or a guy that can do it.
Right. So the guy that was here, that was, I guess, the surveyor. I don't know. That's what they called him. So I'm not going to say he's not. But based off of what he said, I kind of question it a little bit, because he said, well, we have to go off of the old Mahones. And I'm like, no, you don't go off the old Mahones. That's not accurate at all. And our surveyor has said that. He said, yeah, those are off. And we actually ended up moving our Mahone in. We technically didn't lose anything. It wasn't ours.
Yeah.
But we gave up over 2 meters of land because of where the Mahone was put. So this was an issue. So now that we've talked to the neighbors, and they said, well, we're not going to do anything to the right of way, but we have to go talk to the Baron guy with them, and all this and that. And I've told them all, you have to do it the right way in order for it to be a legitimate survey. And to be honest with you, I told them this yesterday. I will fork out the money myself.
But we're the one who will provide. We're gonna get a surveyor.
Yes, we will pay for the survey of the right of way. Nobody has to pay for it, but the only problem with that is not everybody will like it, because it doesn't follow the old Mahones. And
they will not like that. They will move. They
so
will have to move.
Yeah, they won't like it. So, but that's what, when we speak to and I told them yesterday that that's what I would do, and nobody seemed to want to do that because of that. They don't want to have to move any of their stuff, even though it's wrong. And so when we meet with the Baron guy, I will bring that up again and say, and we, like I said, we don't have any issues per se with our property, because we moved our fence line in quite a bit. So that's not an issue, but you got squabbles going on between other neighbors about literally about a meter of land that nobody uses. It's not even farming land. Yeah. It grows weeds.
So childish.
And I mean, it's it's somebody's land. I just don't. I don't see that it's a something to squabble over because nobody uses it. And you know, well, we want to know where our property is. That's great. That's fine. But the reality is, it's not being used. And like ours that we moved in quite a bit to allow tractors and that kind of thing to get through unimpeded. That's not being used by anything or anybody. So that's why we did it that way, to help out the farmers. But so that's our issue. That's our. I guess if you don't have some kind of drama,
Yeah, it's not gonna be
then
living in the Philippines.
right, it's not true Philippine life without a little bit of drama and a little bit of chismis, you know. And if you remember what the chismis is, it's basically gossip. And so if you don't have a little bit of drama and a little bit of chismis going on, then you better check. You better check on where you're living, because it's probably not in the Philippines. Because the Philippines, it's all the time.
You really live in the Philippine life.
Right. The Philippine experience.
The Philippine experience.
And
not
it's
the same without it.
and we give Ed a lot of hard time because the guys over here are the same way. It's not just the women.
Oh,
you
they're
know.
worse than women.
The
here.
guys, Ed will sit in the kubo with our neighbors, and they will just spread the gossip, and it's funny to watch. So,
Yeah, we stayed there yesterday with them.
and you know, we give Ed a hard time about that all the time.
Ed's pastime.
And you know, if there's a break in the work, or you know, it's a day off or whatever, oh, they're gonna sit down and they're gonna discuss what's going on in life, and it's funny to watch. And so that's our latest drama here. And not that it's bad. I think it'll all work out, but it's really not anything to do with us necessarily, other than the only time it would relate to us is if they try to close the right of way. So that's our latest, and I'm almost done with this wall. So that's hopefully we can get this painted, and I think we'll need a little bit more paint, but this will be one wall that's done. And I'll continue and see how much I can get done with the paint that I have. So with that, we'll be back later and hopefully show you guys some more progress on the drains and stuff.